Hello there guys, it's me UnstableVoltage and welcome to video number 200 for the channel. Yes, a little bit of a special landmark, bit of a random number. I thought I'd probably be celebrating my 500th video, but somebody pointed it out to me yesterday that this was coming up to video number 200, and as it's been a couple of weeks since I was able to put out regular content, I thought I'd do something a little bit different for video number 200. So I'm going to be visiting Roller Coaster Tycoon 3, a game that I had a lot of fun with in the past. Been a while since I've played it. I got this from, I think it was Good Old Games. It was quite cheap. It's got the Soaked and Wild add-on packs installed as well, so it's got absolutely everything. Like I said, it has been a while since I've played, but I'm going to go into career mode. The tutorials are very boring. There is a sandbox mode, but the problem with sandbox mode is you start with infinite money, and, well, what's the point in that? There's no challenge to it. And secondly, you start with all of the rides and everything unlocked, and again, it's quite overwhelming, especially if you haven't played for a while. So I'm going to start a career, and this may or may not be a series, but I think what I'll probably end up doing is just, you know, the odd random video here and there. So we've got a few things that we can start with. We'll start with the first one. I don't know if you guys have seen any of these before, but we haven't got a game to load. So there we go, start new game. So let us start. Okay, so here's our first scenario, and basically you have 3 goals, which is a sort of bronze, silver and gold, and we have a certain number of guests in the park to achieve. We're already on 306 and we only have to get that up to 400, and a minimum park value of £20,000, and we're at, well, £10,000 is how much money we have in the bank. The park's probably worth more than that. So my first experience with any kind of game like this was probably in the 90s, back on the PlayStation 1 with Theme Park from Bullfrog. And Theme Park was an amazing game, and at the time it was quite innovative, but it was fairly limited to what you could do. And with the launch of the Roller Coaster Tycoon franchise, particularly the third one, there are so many things you can do. You can customize everything down to the colours of the rides, the colours of the paths. You can put in stores and customize the colours of the balloons you sell. You can do absolutely anything you want. So we start on this scenario here. There's a few bits that are already built. We've got a couple of little sort of scenic areas. We've got one ride here. Now, most of my knowledge of theme parks comes from what is probably my local park, which is Alton Towers in the UK, and in my opinion, one of the best ones in the UK. Not as good as some of the bigger American ones or the ones in continental Europe, but it's still a nice park nonetheless. So we've got this ride here. And I say I'm trying to remember what I'm doing here, because like I said, it's been so long since I played this game. This is Tumbler, though the actual ride design is quite similar to Nemesis and Alton Towers. And all we've really got is that and this roller coaster over here at the back, which yeah, it doesn't exactly look that thrilling. So the first thing we're going to do is try and get some extra rides in here. Now, the problem I always have is I always tend to cram everything in and then end up with loads of space at the back of the park. But we will have a look at rides. And we've got coasters, junior rides, thrill rides, water rides, gentle rides, transport rides, pool slides and rides, other rides and attractions. Well, we haven't got a pool. Let us look for a thrill ride. Now, it tells you the size of them here, because some of them are absolutely colossal in size. As you can see, there's only 4 to choose from. There's a lot more than this in the game. It's because you have to research them as time goes on. Let's stick a chair swing in. It's fairly humdrum, but it will do the job. So, what's the best place to put it? I think if I put it there, we can have the entrance on this side and the exit here, I think. And pathing tool is over here somewhere. So let's try and match up the paths. It's this little crazy pathing job. And the good thing is, once you link it up, it actually changes the path of the ride to match as well. So it is very, very good for theming. We want to choose queues, and we will queue path this up using the standard sort of zigzaggy method to snake the queue around as much as possible. Yeah, that's fine. Let's join it there. Now then, nope, don't want to delete it. Right click is delete. Want to get rid of the paths. There we go. Now we can change the colours of this as well. If you look here, we've got choose the colours for the queue. So, you know, we could actually make this some really horrible sort of psychedelic colours if we chose to. Yeah, why not? Let's make people's eyes bleed. We can give it a bit of music as well. It doesn't really make any difference at all. Let's get it open. You can test these rides out. Testing is something that you normally do for roller coasters because you can custom build roller coasters and sometimes they just don't work. So, yeah. But in this case, that's going to work. It's fairly standard. We've got it open. Hopefully people will start going on it at some point. What else do we know about it? We can move the entrances and the exits around. We can put signs over it. We can actually ride on it as well. We can put fences around it or change the fence that's around it. So we've already got people going in the queue. That's fantastic. Like I said, we can actually ride on it, although at the moment it's not doing anything because nobody's on it yet. Oh no, here they come. This is a ride suitable for people of all ages. Now, how quickly will it fill up? So, as you notice, the texture resolution is not fantastic, but considering the amount of things this game has to handle when you have a park with hundreds, if not thousands of guests in it, all of these individually animated 3D trees, and you can have some absolutely massive parks. I mean, at the moment I am recording with Fraps and I'm still getting about 90 frames, between 60 and 90 frames a second, so it's doing quite well. And there you go, the ride is actually working. And unlike Theme Park, where all you used to get was a little FMV video just showing a sort of pre-rendered clip from a ride, this is my actual park, so any other rides and things I've got here you'd be able to see. So let's get out of there for now, and let's go and do something else. We're going to need some stalls and shops and things around here too, because they're quite important. We're going to need to have food, of course. I don't think we've got any staff either, actually. Let's get those sorted out first, because otherwise you start getting people puking up absolutely everywhere. So, well, we do have a janitor, apparently, a mechanic and a park inspector. We're going to need to have at least one security guard, so let's just drop him down there. And we can have an entertainer as well. We don't need an animal keeper, let's have an entertainer. And we've got a guy in a panda suit. Now, again, we can give him a different costume. Let's make him an alien, because, you know, why not? There he is. And a good thing to do, we can even change the colours of what he's wearing as well. But a good thing to do with them is, where is he? Salary, information. We want to send him on some training, because that just makes him more efficient, and it's sometimes better to train the staff you've already got than keep constantly hiring new ones. So let's go back and put the shops in. So we want to go into our stores. We want to have food. We can either have burgers or ice cream. So let's have a burger stall on this side, and if we have a look at this, we can see what we sell. So we've got standard burgers, quarter pounders, half pounders, 3/4 pounders. Always a good idea to synchronize stalls of this type, which basically means if I build multiple versions of this store around the park, they will all have the same pricing. So if I change the settings of one, it will change the settings of them all and save me having to do it manually, which is fantastic. Standard burger, we won't give anything. We'll add some pickles to the quarter pounder and some ketchup, and the 3/4 pound we'll have, well, actually no pickles, ketchup and pickles on the half pounder, and we'll have absolutely everything on the 3/4 pounder, the extra cheese as well. So let's get that store open, and then we want to have let's have an ice cream stall next to it as well, because, you know, why not? Again, let's vanilla single scoop, double scoop can have strawberry sauce, chocolate single scoop, we'll have the chocolate stick on the double scoop, and you can adjust all the prices accordingly as well. Synchronize across the park and open that. Now we're going to need some facilities as well, so these are important things to have. It's always worth having an ATM or a cash machine for those of us in the UK. So basically, guests will enter the park, and when a guest enters the park, they will only have so much money in their pocket. There it is there, so you can see how much cash they have spent. At the moment, the business model for the park is people getting free, but they pay to go on individual rides. 76 quid still left in his pocket, which is good, but if he runs out of money, he can now go to the ATM and get some more. We're also going to need a couple of other important things. It's always worth having a first aid station, because they help to stop people from getting ill. Let's make sure we open that, and need to open the ATM as well. Don't know why things like that can be opened and closed. They really shouldn't be. That's fine. And what else did I want to put in there? There was something else. Oh yeah, toilets. These are something that you definitely need to have around, particularly when you've got food stalls and things like that. So let's pop in a loo. We don't want to charge people to use it. We could do if we wanted to, but we're not going to be that cruel. It's also a good idea to go into scenery, and then you've got path extras, and you can put useful things in like benches, because you know people like to have a sit down, particularly around areas where you can buy food and drink. And we also want to have some trash bins. Again, it's worth having them around the stores. It helps stop people littering. Doesn't completely stop them littering, because, you know, some people are just like that. And what I'll do as well is get rid of a little bit of that path there, and one more stall, which is the information point. Always nice to have one of those just as you come into the entrance anyway. We can sell umbrellas, kids umbrellas and maps, which is absolutely brilliant. So let's get that open, and let's see what else we can put up here. We need a drink stall. We don't have anywhere for people to drink yet, so we'll have a drink stall. We'll put that over here. As you can see already, this little end of the pot's getting a little bit overcrowded. So, can of soda, nothing with that. We'll let people have some ice in the water. Vanilla milkshake, yeah, we'll put some ice cream in there. And fruit juice can have some real fruit pieces in. Why not? There we go, job done. That is open. So, we've got the basics needed now. We are going down on money a little bit, but that's fine, that's fine. I think one thing we could have done with this, actually, was put the price up a little bit, which is something I didn't do. So we can change how long it waits for people before it starts, whether it waits for a full load. We can change the colours of the ride itself. What are people saying about it? I want to go on something more thrilling than Chain Swing 1. Yeah, it's not the best of rides, is it? Let's pop the price up a little bit. Let's make some more money back on it if we can. New attraction, Top Star. So we do have research, which is somewhere down here. Which one is it? In park management? I can never remember where it is. Research. There we go. So we're only spending £200 a month on research, and you can actually change these sliders to determine where the focus of research is. So we can focus on thrill rides, and we can focus on gentle rides. To be honest, you never really need to put that much money into research, because you tend to get new items quicker than you can actually realistically build them and put them in the park anyway. But let's see if we can not put a ride in that is a bit more exciting for people. Roller coasters are kind of out of our budget at the moment, so there's not an awful lot we can do about that. So we have Top Star. This is a new one that's just been researched, and it is from the Wild expansion pack, which is good because even if you're playing these vanilla scenarios, you still actually get the new expansion pack rides, which is quite nice. I'm not exactly too sure what this ride is, to be honest. So I'm going to pop it. What's that? 1 space, 2 space, 3 space. I'm going to pop it over here. We'll have the entrance on this side and the exit over here. As usual, back to the pathing tool, and we will connect that up there and get our queue. Ziggy zaggy. Is that going to work? Yeah, all the way around the park. No, we've got to stop right-clicking. Oh, the only thing about this is the controls are a little bit finicky, but never mind, we can get around that. Somewhere in here, we can change the options. I can never remember which one it is. Right, admission price. It's a new ride. We're going to jack it up. Of course we are. £2. £2 to get on there. And I'm going to give it some music. Let us... They're all just sort of... Let's give it funky disco because, you know, why not? Let's change the colour of the queue. Let's make this one a horrible sort of pinky, reddy, purple thing because, yeah, that's actually the other one was a bit pinky purple as well on that side. Let's not make it quite so vomit-inducing. Not that that's actually made any difference whatsoever. Oh wow, that is bright. That is really bright. Okay, let's go for something a little bit more subtle. I think lesson learned. I think the light's shining off it. There we go. That's not too bad. And let us get this thing open. Not 100% sure what it actually does. Select a new music genre for... what did I do? Not a clue. We'll just leave it as other, possibly. Fine. Okay. So hopefully now, there's our entertainer bouncing around. let us send him on some more training, actually. You've got 3 levels of training for your staff, so he's currently at level 1. We're training him on level 2, and the more you train him, it costs more to train each time, but they get more and more efficient, and he will start breakdancing and doing all kinds of crazy stuff later on. Got people going on this ride already, which is absolutely brilliant. Let's just train him up to the highest level, might as well do. Hopefully he won't leave, but he will entertain people. There we go, it's not so bright now, the sun's gone in a little bit. So we've still only got 310, it's just gone up a little. We've still got some guests in the park. 23, 24 degrees C, which is kind of what we've got at the moment here in the UK. The 2 weeks of summer we get every year. Oh right, okay, so that's what this ride does. It basically spins people around and makes them feel sick. Can we go on it? Yes, we can. It's very empty, there's not many people on it, there's just like... am I sitting in this guy's lap? Hi. Yeah, just a couple of people on it at the moment, which is a little bit disappointing. But, oh yeah, the queue's filling up nicely, so we're going to be making some profit on that ride there. So what else can we put in? We have... what don't we have? We haven't got a balloon store, actually. It's always nice to see people walking around the park with balloons, so we'll go with the usual tactic of putting a gift shop right on the exit of a ride. We're going to sell balloons there. We are going to choose the colour of the balloon, and we're going to have red, because why not? Synchronize all stores of this type. Now, I think that also affects colour as well. So we want to put them up. Let's make them £1. And we're going to open the store. So there we go. We now have a balloon store. And after a while, you start seeing people walking around the park with balloons. And you can pop them as well, which is a little bit cruel, but it can be done. Okay, so the temperature's going up. 330 people in the park. Let's actually have a look at the finances. And where's our part value? Part value, 24,000. So we've actually met one of the criteria for the bronze medal. And once we get 400 guests in the park, so we need another 70, we will have the bronze medal. We can move on to the silver. Okay. Well, we are losing a bit of money, but that's fine. I mean, we're spending it on rides and stuff. It's bound to happen. Inflatable ship, which is for pools, which we don't have. New attraction, circus. What's that going to be under? Transport rides, no. Pool slides and rides. Transport rides and attractions. No, it's not that one then. Merry-go-round, it's not going to be a thrill ride, water ride, gentle ride, circus. You have crazy golf. Crazy golf, you can even design the courses as well. It's absolutely brilliant. How big's the circus going to be? Because some of these rides are just absolutely colossal in size. As you can see, that is not exactly a small ride. Let's flip the park around so we can see what we're doing. And we will put this over here. There is a way to turn the ride around, and now I can't remember how. It's this one, isn't it? Doink. Doink. I'm sure there's a shortcut key for it, but I've got no clue what it is. And let's pop that in. Well, let's just stick it in the corner. We'll have the... how should we do this? We'll have the entrance over here, and we will have the exit over here. We will get our path tool again and connect that up, and then we will get our Q tool and do the usual ziggy zaggy all around the park thing. That's fine, that'll work. We will then get rid of the path tool. We will try and click on the ride and want to change the cost. 50p. Come on, I want to make some profit back on it. Seriously. Right, what else are we going to do here? Let's get rid of this horrible grey queue. Let's go for some sort of bluey, purpley, pinky colours. There we go. That's not terrible, is it? Well, it is, but... music. Do we have any sort of circusy music? Probably not. Yeah, nothing really. Got Haunted House. I don't think that actually works. Witch Doctor, Rock Like a Dude, Gothic Moon... Yeah, not exactly brilliant music for it, is it? Whatever. Okay. High Flyer has been fixed. Looks like rides are starting to break down. Of course, the more rides you get, the more engineers you need. Let's get the circus open, and we can go and hire somebody else. Where are we? Let us hire another mechanic. We can name everybody if we want as well. We can actually... Oh, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to do that, and we will drop him whoop, there. Now, when you've only got a few rides, you don't really need to do much with your engineers, but as your park gets bigger, you want to start getting people to set on patrol routes. We're also getting quite a lot of vomit and things around now. You can see down here on the path, people are leaving little presents for us. So we will hire another janitor. Hire janitor and clean that up, dude. It's disgusting. Don't just step. There we go. He's cleaning that up. Brilliant. Okay, so the circus is open. Can we ride the circus? Is that all it does? We don't get to see inside. That's a bit of a shame. But, you know, not all of the rides are going to work that way. Now, one of the things that's good with it, like I said, you can design custom roller coasters, and that's really what the game is all about. It's Roller Coaster Tycoon, after all. And if you actually go on the roller coasters, you actually do see the design of the roller coaster that you've built. Obviously, this is one of the pre-built ones. And you can design your own coasters, and you can save them so that you can import them in on other parts. And a lot of people actually go into sandbox mode and recreate classic or world-famous world roller coasters. And there's a whole bank of them online. If you go and look for them, you can search for them. You can just literally download your favourite theme park roller coaster, because there are so many different types of roller coaster and ride in this game. You can pretty much find a very, very close specimen for any ride you're looking for, and some people have even created entire theme parks. I know someone's definitely done Alton Towers because I've seen it. They've literally recreated the entire park with all of the rides. It's absolutely amazing. So we'll leave that there for now because it is making some money. It's a bit of a strange thing that it's right over at the back of the park. It doesn't have any music. Let's just again give it something completely random. As long as it's got music, it doesn't really matter. Don't really want to give it a category. We can have a lion show I've just seen come up there. That could be quite interesting. Let's put the price £2.50. Let's make it £3. Let's make some money. I mean, we're already making £588 an hour in profit, but you know, the more we can make. So we can have a lion show. Now, how much room is that going to take up, and how much money is that going to cost as well? That is going to be under... it's not going to be under enclosures. You can have animal enclosures because with the wild expansion pack, you can literally just build a fenced off area. You can buy animals and put a keeper in there and then charge people to watch the animals. And also we can build swimming pools, which is something that we can do with the soaked expansion. But other rides, it's not there, is it? Where is it? Transport rides, lion show, 6x6. Trained lions perform a number of tricks to entertain people. It's going to cost me £1,000. It's not terribly huge. It's not the largest attraction in the park. So we could put this over here somewhere. Let's turn it round. I'm trying to decide which side of this is the front. If it actually has a front, it's quite difficult to tell, really. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that that's the front facing me there. So we'll pop that down there. The entranceway can be here and the exit can be here. We're going to get a path, and we've got to connect this one up now because we've actually sort of used an extra bit of the park. So let's go across there behind that. We can then let's connect the exit up as well, I suppose. Get our queue and do this. There we go. Queue is down. Let us change the colour because, you know, we like psychedelic queue colours. Let us put the price up. It's lions. People will pay more money to see lions. Of course they will. What have we got for sounds? Savannah. Yeah, that's got to work for lions, surely. One would think. I like that colour. Let's go for that. And we will get this ride open straight away. Try and get as many people going in as possible. And we've got... it's very bright, isn't it? We've got... maybe I should turn some of the lighting effects down just so it isn't colossally shining in my face. But yeah, I'm quite interested to see what's going to happen here, actually. I hope some people go on this ride quite quickly, but nobody seems all that bothered about it, which is a bit of a shame. I have opened it. We'll keep our eye on it. 377 guests in the park, so we're getting there. Not doing particularly great on funds, but we will start making money soon. You do have the option to change the business model. Instead of charging people to go on individual rides, you can actually make all the rides free and just charge people a one-off entry fee to get into the park. As you can see, we're starting to get a few kids walking around with balloons now. A couple of adults as well. And the look of shock on their face when their balloon goes bang. Probably go and buy another one, actually. There's another one here. There's a guy just standing here with his balloon. Looks rather too old to be carrying a balloon around, but... there goes his balloon. People do let go of them as well if you zoom right out of the park. So you can see we're quite limited to the space we can build. Later on in some scenarios, you can actually buy more land for your park. You can extend these boundary fences out. But in this particular case, we're in a valley, so we're quite limited to our expansion size. But that's not too bad. We have... oh yeah, we've passed the apprentice level. There we go. We've got 400 people in the park. So we now have to do the entrepreneur level, which is 500 people in the park and a £60,000 park value, which we can do. So we've got people going in now. Finally, the lion show is opening. I don't know what this person around here is doing, just creeping around. Oh, that's how they have to get in. They have to go all the way around the back. Okay, that's fair enough. Maybe that was the front. I don't know. It was just the way that it was laid out. So what's this guy going to do? He's just going to roll the ball around, and the lion is going to... well, I've never seen a lion do that before. So that was pretty impressive. But yeah, people love animals. Now he's going to go and hit one with a wooden stool. No? He's going to feed one a ham. The look of things. Steady on. I'm going to lose your hand here. Now you can have dolphin shows and whale shows, and there's so many different animals you can have as well. Horses, lions, monkeys, and all sorts of stuff. Okay, no attraction, windsurfer. So as you can see, you get attractions quite quickly. Let's have a look. Windsurfer. What is that going to be under, and what is it? Inflatable ship, which we don't want. Is it going to be here? Crazy golf. It's not there. Water rides. Well, we don't actually have any water at the moment anyway. Probably leave that for another park actually, because it's a bit of a pain. We could put in a sky sling actually. Oh, we've won an award. Safest park and best reliability. See, having a couple of engineers definitely makes it all worthwhile. So let's put this sky sling in. We'll put it over here. We will have the entrance on this side and the exit on this side. And just to make sure all the paths sort of match up, what we're going to do is go for the leafy path like we have on the rest of the area around here. Oops, don't want to do that. You can actually raise and lower paths by holding the button, and that is good if you want to make these sort of bridges. You can even dig under the ground as well. So like I said, a high level of customization. You can pretty much design anything you want to. So let us make our zigzaggy path. Is that going to work? Yes, it does. And then we need to do all the usual stuff with this. Pick some really horrible garish colours for the queue. That'll do. We want to give it some music. Why not? They're going to be flung into space anyway. We want to decide how much we're going to charge people to get on it. I think £2. I think £2 seems reasonable, which means it's too cheap, because any of you that have ever been to theme parks where you have to pay to get on the rides, they are usually a colossal rip-off. Certainly don't think people have to queue nearly as long to get on my rides as you do in a lot of major theme parks, because some of them you're actually queuing for hours and hours to get on anything, and it's absolutely awful. So let's have a look at some guests. If we go to park management, we can look at guests and sort of see how people are feeling. So if you look here, you've got pink and blue, so you can tell whether they're male or female, and then you've got these different sort of face types from the very young up to sort of teenagers and then up to adults. You can tell where everyone in the park is and what they're doing, whether they're on a ride or they're queuing. You can see their general happiness, so we can sort by that. So let's have a look at thoughts. So we can have a look and see what people's top thoughts are. So a lot of people don't think much of anything, but if you look here, we've got quite a few people thinking that the quarter pounder burger and the half pounder burger is really good value. Someone here looks like they're feeling a little bit ill, old Raymond P there. But yeah, burgers are really good value. A lot of people rushing around to try and get to stuff. A lot of people thinking gross, which means there's some sick on the floor somewhere. Don't need an umbrella. Well, no, because the weather's been absolutely brilliant. Everyone's enjoying the rides. Few people feeling sick. So, not too bad there at all. But one thing I am going to do, because everybody's saying that the burgers are such good value, we're going to jack the prices up, because that's what theme parks do. So, let's put everything up by 20 pence. It might not sound a lot, but if we're selling a lot of them, then we're going to make a lot more money back from there. You can actually look at the finances and see that, yeah, we are making some profit. Not much, you know, it's running cost, projected profit, £37.44 per hour. So Not completely terrible, and everyone still thinks it's really good value. So there we go, we've got that. Entertainers still running around. Not doing an awful lot because there's no one there to be entertained. Quite a lot of sick and stuff up this area. I think maybe we need to have another janitor. In fact, what we could do actually is just take the janitors we've already got and train them up. This is probably the best thing to do actually. Train up the people you've got instead of just hiring lots more people. It is expensive, but it's better than having staff just walking around doing nothing. So let's get everyone trained up at least to one level. Can't train the parking inspectors. So what the parking inspector basically does is the parking inspector goes around and evaluates all the rides for things like reliability. And if you have a parking inspector, it can stop the rides breaking down quite so often. Let's have a look. Have we had any new rides or anything for a while? I don't think we've had something that's been particularly new. What else could we put down? I don't think we've had any new stalls or anything. We've got all of those. Doesn't mean we can't have more than one, but probably little point. Let's have a look for a junior ride. We've only got the merry-go-round. That's a bit boring, isn't it? What have we got under roller coasters? So as you can see, we've already got a few roller coaster options here, and some of them do have design so you can build a safe track design. So we can make a custom track, or we can use one of these pre-built tracks, and you get a little preview of it. Oh, that one's locked, but you get a little preview down here. You can sort of zoom in and look around. But as you can see, this is going to take £16,000, which, to be fair, is stupidly cheap for a roller coaster, as it would normally cost way over that just for like one carriage. Yeah, we're nowhere near that yet. So we either end up building a custom coaster and making it really, really small and unexciting, or we just wait until we've got some more money. So we'll probably end up doing that. 503 people in the park. We need 500, so we've got enough guests for the silver. Need a £60,000 value, and we are currently up to £40,000. So we need to put some more money in the park if we want to get up to that value. And the biggest problem we've got at the moment is, are we actually making money, or are we hemorrhaging money? It's difficult to tell when you're actually spending so often. If you're actually spending every month, it's always difficult to tell what you are making or losing. So, new attraction, Topple Tower. Right, let's have a look, see if we can find that. What's that going to be under? Who knows? Who knows? Oh, there it is. Wow, that's quite large. It's an 8x8 plot. It's only £1,000, but oh, it's not as big as I thought it was going to be. 8x8. Now, can we get it over here? Let's have a look. If we turn it around... No, it still won't fit. You can actually raise it up. I mean, that's because it's over the fence, which I can't build anyway because it's over the boundary. But, yep, you can actually build on raised platforms. Now, where would be a good place to put this, assuming we wanted to have it anyway? Let's have it over here, actually. We don't have an awful lot on this end of the park. So, it's actually a square ride, but it looks rectangular, which is why I kept rotating it pointlessly. Let's pop it there. We will have our queue on this side. I think what I'm going to do, have the queue here, have the exit here, and then I'm going to take the path and do something that I haven't really done before, but I'm going to take the path up and across. Are you going to let me do that? Possibly. There we go. Take the path across. Hopefully that's joined up there. And then we will... People coming off the exit will come out the other end of the park and may go up there onto the high flyer. I'm going to need a queue for this course. Not going to zigzag it around because we're making it quite long anyway. And do all the usual stuff of changing the colours, putting the amount of money up. Now, I have no idea what this ride does, so just while I'm changing the colours of the queue, let's just put it on test. Where's the queue colours? They are here. So it does what exactly? People get on there, it goes up to the top. Let's go for these horrible greens. Oh wow. That doesn't look fun at all. Definitely going to need to have some sort of music. Yeah, that'll do. This, I don't know, does this look fun? Does this look like the kind of thing that you'd do on a hot summer Saturday to enjoy yourself? Wow, that's just making me feel nauseous just from that. I mean, I like roller coasters. No, that's a lie. I love roller coasters, but that is just... that's just awful. Still, if people want to go on it and make themselves feel sick, that is absolutely fine. I'm going to open that ride for people there, and I am going to go into here, and I'm definitely going to pop down a first aid station, and I'm definitely going to pop down some toilets, because I've got a feeling people are going to be quite ill when they come off that ride. Okay, so how are we doing? We have a new invention, a pyramid corner. That is probably going to be the scenery, because you do have all this scenery stuff which we haven't even looked at yet. Obviously, you've got these bits that are pre-built in this scenario for the park. I mean, it's quite beautiful, really. They've done the paths, the flowers, you've got trees and benches, little raised areas. I haven't got the patience to do anything like that. Fences as well. If you've seen my... Feed the Beast stuff, my Minecraft stuff, you know that I build things to be practical, not to be pretty, and I just don't think I've got the patience to make something actually look quite this good. But you do have a lot of scenery options. You've got trees and hedges, more than you could ever wish for. I mean, obviously you unlock more of these as time goes on with research, and these are the ones that are unlocked already. There's a massive list of them there, and half of them still haven't been unlocked. Various different types of fences, again, we can discover more in the future. You've actually got wall sets, so you can actually build your own buildings and walls as well. So you can literally just make completely non-functional scenic items, which is an absolutely fantastic thing if you want to recreate your favourite theme parks, to actually be able to build these buildings. There's so many options for putting them together. It's like a game in itself, just being able to make a single building. Obviously, we've got the past stuff that I've showed you before, photo points, lamps, benches, bins, and that sort of thing. Scenery items, which are just things like, you know, clocks, giant chess pieces, fountains, statues, that kind of thing. All sorts of weird stuff in there. Giant marshmallows, golden lion statues. So very good if you want to theme the park up. Because what you can do... probably not so much on these scenarios where you're limited to the rides you've got, but you could theme the park out, so you have like one corner that's all space, and one corner could be all sort of futuristic sci-fi, and another corner could be sort of like haunted houses and all things sort of creepy and weird, and you can theme them with the appropriate stuff there. What else have we got? Ride events. Nothing in there at the moment, but ride events are usually things like photos, so you can actually have photos taken for people on rides. And then you've got terrain surfaces. You can actually build sort of concrete tunnels, raised and lowered platforms, bridges, these sort of rocky entrances that you build over a path, so it just makes like a sort of a rocky archway. Again, they've got raised blocks. There's just wooden entrances. Just so much stuff. A lot of these are added in the expansions, but there's just so much stuff in there. Billboards. You can put billboards in the park with custom image if you wish to. You can build custom structures as well. So any of the buildings that you build up here, you can actually save them and use them later on. And you've even got this mix master thing. You can have things like fireworks and laser shows and things like that. I never really use these much because they work on a timeline, and you basically have to take your different... You can put the music on, you can put fireworks, lasers and things, and drop them on the timeline and have a little show. But that's not something I'm going to look at today because it's a little bit complicated. I'm already a bit mind-frazzled, so we'll look at that at another time. So what else can we do? We have... Well, we've well surpassed the 500 people in the park criteria, but we're still a little bit low on funds. £47,000 part value, so we're getting there. It would be nice if we could make a little bit more money, though. I think what I might have to do, won an award, tidiest park, brilliant. What I might have to do, I think, is start putting the prices up of some of the rides. This hasn't been put up since we moved in, so let's try and get a little bit more money out of people on the rides we've got, because obviously building new rides doesn't necessarily make things... isn't going to make you any more money, because you've got the extra running costs of the rides. And then, of course, the more rides you've got, the more engineers you need to have to stop them breaking down, and it just starts getting messy from there on. So let's put that up a little bit. Let's put that up a little bit. The roller coaster's already quite high, but people do seem to enjoy going on the roller coaster. Saying that, the queue for it isn't exactly large. New attraction, Lazy River. Okay, so what have we got there? Is that a ride type thing? Like I said, it's been so long since I've played this, and plus I haven't really played it with the expansion packs before, so a lot of the things I'm struggling to remember what they are. Lazy River, what is it? Where is it? Okay, so that's obviously... people are pulled around the water by current along a predetermined track. So that's something you can do for pools. Now, the way pools work is you build a pool and you have a changing room which becomes the entrance to the pool complex. And people just pay to get into the pool. So it's quite possible to have a really tiny pool or a massive pool and you just have one changing room for people to get into it. And then you can start using these other things. There are some specific water rides. There are some specific... sort of like flumes and even roller coasters that work in the water. But there are two types, because you've got water rides that you can build on just water. So, for example, you can have a lake with a water ride on it, and then you've got pool rides as well. But like I said, because I haven't really touched on the expansions all that much, I'm not going to really do anything with those on this video. Might do later on, we'll see what happens. Going to speed things up a little bit now. Hopefully we'll see that we're making money. So we're on £3,600. We're still in September. We do seem to be making money, not like a massive amount, but we are making some all the same. Hopefully we're going to get some new rides coming along soon. Haven't had anything particularly new and exciting for a while now. See, everything's currently running in fast forwards, even with all this stuff going on the screen, and I've got all these graphics settings on like the highest level. This game's actually quite old, and it doesn't even have a 1920 by 1080 resolution setting, but you can force it by just going into the ini file and changing the option. So I've got this running 1920 by 1080. I've got all the graphics options, including the anti-aliasing, up to the max, and I'm only running this on a GeForce GTX 570, and I'm still getting between 60 and 90 frames per second while recording on Fraps, and running at this sort of speed. So this game will practically run on a potato. So if you're interested in this sort of game, it's well worth picking up. Like I said, you can get it on Good Old Games. It's actually quite cheap at the moment. So we have another attraction, Giant Slide. Well, that sounds definitely like it's going to be some sort of water ride, doesn't it? It's not underwater rides, oddly enough. It's not under pool slides and rides either. So where is it then? Don't tease me. Giant Slide, as you can see there, it is added by the water ride. Giant Slide. Does it need to go in a pool? People slide down a smooth plastic surface. Oh, I remember these things. Oh, but this is something you have to kind of customize. Okay, before we do that then, does it have any pre-done designs? The only reason I asked that is because I'm really lazy. Where did it go? I've lost it. 0 designs available. Okay, okay. Let's do this then. Let's give it a go. Let's see what we can do. There's somebody's balloon, look. What a shame I can't pop it. Oh well. So, which part is this? Is this the entrance? Right, what have we got there? This is Q. Slide bottom. Do we start at the bottom and work our way up? I think that might be the way that it works. How much space have we got to build? Quite a bit. Okay, so that's the bottom of the ride. And then we can build up. I see. I'm heading towards the roller coaster now, which is something that I didn't really want to do. Demolish current item, demolish current item. Let us start a little bit further down this end then. Let's pop it there. Give myself a 2-space block and let us start moving along. So obviously we can't do an awful lot here with the options. It's just literally height. That's just... How much money have we got? More than enough. Let's just make it. Wow. Yeah, that's probably enough. Okay. That's fine. Do we need to make another one? Where's the top of the ride? Where can we actually stop it? Slide top. Construction. That's fine. Is that going to be the top of the ride? How do people get up there? Where's the entrance? A little bit confused by these. Let's see if that works. We need to build... Where are we? Details. Choose an exit for the ride. Choose an entrance for the ride. So entrances and exits have to be down here at the bottom. That's fair enough. So there's the entrance. Entrance and exits both have to be on the same side. Wish I'd have known that before. So let's cancel. Being defeated by controls. Right, let us try that again. Let us replace the entrance on that side, the exit on that side. We will have our path tool and connect up the exit. We will have our entrance tool and ziggy-zaggy that around there. We can change the colours of it because why not? That'll probably do. Not too sure why the light reflects off everything quite so much. I think I need to actually have a look at the settings and find out why everything's so like stupidly bright. So I'll have a look at that in a moment actually. Scenery, yeah, we can save that. Music, we will give it just, I don't know, Buccaneer, why not? A bit piratey. Let's open it. I think it's ready to go. We will put the price up because, you know, it did cost us quite a bit of money to build. So let's try and make some profit on it if we can. So bear with me 2 seconds. I'm going to have a look in the options menu and see if I can work out why light is shining off everything quite as brightly as it is, and I'll be back in a second. Well, there we go. I found the option. It's actually light bloom. Look at the difference that makes between being on and off. The difference between not being able to see and being able to see. It's a nice effect if you want things to look shiny, but I'd like to actually be able to, you know, see in later life, so I probably not want to burn my retinas out completely. So all you can really do with this ride is make it longer and make it higher, I suppose, but still, that's not too bad. I think you can actually change the colour of the ride itself. Let's just have a quick look. Sure you can, actually. Colours for the track, yeah, so you can actually change the colour of the entire ride, which is pretty cool. I don't know, I quite like the red. Let's go purple. Why not? Why not? And what's these for? Recolour all of the track the same colour. Choose the colours for the tunnel lights. There's tunnels? I didn't see any tunnels you could have for this thing. Oh, people seem to be enjoying it. Fair enough. So, can't actually go on this one, which is a bit of a shame, but question is, what do people think about it when they come off? Let's get this guy when he walks off. Let's see what his thoughts are. There we go. What are your thoughts? Not particularly having any. Want to go on the wants to go on the giant slide again. That's good. Wants to go on the giant slide again. Is somebody watching me? Wants to go on the giant slide again. No, that's brilliant. If they want to keep going around and round and round on that ride and paying whatever I charge, £2.50 a time or something, just to keep going down there, then oh, let's click on the ride. £2.50 a go. Total profit of where are we? Projected profit £190 per hour. That's not too bad. This guy's eager to get up there. Look, he's actually running. Imagine how much it's going to cane your legs running up them stairs. Yeah, he's giving up now. 2 flights of stairs and he's knackered. Okay. New path type, tarmac. Ooh, like I care. New attraction, Nocturnal House. Didn't even see that one pop up. Let's have a look. Still doing okay for money, actually. Even though we spent a fair bit on that, we've recuperated it. Award for Most Beautiful Park, which is fantastic. We're now at nearly £55,000 park value. We're actually in the black for once. It's not going to be for much longer because I'm going to spend it again. But still, let us have a look and see. Nocturnal House, what's that? Is it going to be under gentle ride? Yes, it is. Doesn't it give me a size for that for some reason? Wow, that's a weird design. Okay, let's put it over here. Because we can, we will have the entrance on this side and the exit on this side next to the loos. We will find our paths again. So we've got tarmac now, but yeah, we'll leave the tarmac for now. We'll go with this crazy pay thing because most of the parts like that already. And we will queue this thing up. And I think we will do it this way. That works out much better than it usually does when I do those quickly. They usually go all over the place. And what, £1? No. We want to make money. To make money. People want to go in and have bats fly in their hair. That's what these things are for. Let's have a look. What can we do? Let's give it... oh, what should we give it for music? Let's give it the haunted house music because, you know, it's dark, it's full of bats. Why not? And we want to change the path colours. Let's go for something yellow, because, you know, yellow's really bright. The colours also aren't quite as bad when you don't have that massive light bloom on either. So, there we go. We've actually awarded a large amount of cash. Wow, we really have as well. Just had a sort of bonus there, an award of £10,000. Also, we've got a £5,000 loan here, which we're repaying back every year. So while we've got this massive amount of cash, let's pay back the loan. So that's instantly knocked £5,000 off what we have, but at least we're not paying that back every year now, which is fantastic. And we now need to aim for gold. So we need 600 guests in the park, which we've already done. To be honest, we've already met that criteria. So what we need to do now is get a £100,000 park value. There's a lot of screaming going on. I'm not sure why. Can we go in the nocturnal house? Yes, we can. Oh, brilliant. So we've got some sort of... don't know what that is. Are these actually real animals? Because I don't recognise a lot of these things. That's kind of weird. But cool, if people want to spend their money to go and look around in there. I think the only nocturnal house I've ever been in is one in, I think it's West Midlands Safari Park, possibly. And that's actually brilliant because you've just got bats flying around. I think it's called the Twilight Cave or something like that. And you've actually just got these big giant fruit bats flying around above your head. And there's a massive tree in the middle, and they hang bananas and fruit and all sorts of stuff on it, and the bats just literally miss you by inches. But, you know, the rumours aren't true, that they're not scary, they don't get in your hair, they don't sort of flap in your face. I mean, it might be dark and we can't see, but the bats won't fly into you. They get close, you feel the draft from their wings, but it's an incredible experience. And if you ever get the opportunity to go in one, pop. If you ever get the opportunity to go in one, I suggest you give it a go, because it's a really fun thing to do. The smell is a little bit off-putting, but, you know, the bats don't mind. Okay, let's have another janitor, because there's a lot of puke. There's a lot of puke. Now, we had another attraction here somewhere. Dinosaur Go-Around. Right, why do I get the feeling that's going to be a kid's ride? Sounds like it should be. Oh, look, it's a kid's ride. Oh, well, we haven't got many kids' rides in here, so let's put one in. Wow, this is like the smallest ride ever, isn't it? Let's have the entrance here and the exit directly onto the path. Save us a couple of pounds on building a path, and let's queue it up with the usual zigzaggy queue. Not that it's going to have that big a queue of people, I wouldn't imagine. We don't want to make it too expensive because it's for kids. Yes, we do, because the kids will want to go on it, and they will bug their parents until their parents go pay for them to go on it. Let's give it tribal wild music. Let's make the path a horrible colour again. And let's open it up. And I haven't set the price yet, actually. A pound. What can you get for a pound these days? So, yeah, I don't think this game has actually raised with the rate of inflation. So everything seems really, really cheap now. But there you go. That's ready to go. We can have another entertainer, actually. We've only got the one guy, and he's probably feeling a little bit overworked. So let's have another entertainer. Let's have another security guy as well, actually, and we will get our... don't need an animal keeper because we haven't got an animal pen yet. So, what costume are we going to give you? Let's give you the big cat. Oh, he looks sad. Let's give him some training. He looks very disappointed with his life, doesn't he? Yeah, oh dear. Right, okay. I do know a lot of these guys who do this kind of thing for a living get paid really minimal wage. It's quite sad, really. And you get very, very hot working in those suits. It's quite uncomfortable. They also get quite a lot of abuse from the public as well. So I really do feel for those guys. So, you know, let's give him some training. Let's make him happy. There's his buddy doing his breakdancing. You see, training pays off. They do all kinds of crazy stuff. Pop! Oh, missed. I missed twice. You get to keep your balloon. You don't. There we go. He's doing his thing. People seem happy. Scratching his arse. Doing his dance again. Everybody's cheering. They love the cat. Brilliant. We have a success with that one. I thought that was on fire for a moment there. It's actually got a volcano in the middle. Doesn't that look like the most depressing ride you've ever seen? Is this thing open? Because nobody's actually going on it yet. It's actually losing money. Anybody? Does anybody want to go on it at all? Anybody? There's a kid. Go on the ride. Go on the ride. Go on. Book your parents. Go on the ride. Oh, that's very, very, very strange. Another thing you can do with this game as well is you can actually build custom families. So outside of the main game, you can go into the family editor and you can create a group of people. You can choose the genders, ages and general looks and dress of people, give them names, and then they will show up in the park as well, which is a nice little touch. So we're in our second year, we're into April, we have over 800 people in the park. The vast majority of people in the park are happy. Happy guests plus 500, ride up time plus 200, ride excitement and intensity. So that's a very, very good park rating actually. We're nearly at 1,000. Don't know how we could really improve that all that much except getting more guests and having slightly more reliable rides. But we seem to be doing well all the same. I haven't got any custom families in there at the moment. What's all this stuff? No mixed master. Yeah, we haven't got any... animals are under control. Dark cam disabled. Oh dear. Yeah, you do get animals that occasionally escape and run amok in the park. Just notice the heads on these dinosaurs actually move as it goes around as well. I think that music fits. That fits. We will not be going on that ride because it looks like the most boring thing ever. What else have we got here? That's still doing well. There we go. We are making money. I'm quite surprised. What did we need to get up to? Was it 100,000? We're currently at just under 70,000. We're still making money, which is good. We do need to build something else. We haven't quite got enough money to put a big roller coaster in yet, though. That's the problem. Once we can do that, things will be a lot better. I don't want to put in a suspended swinging coaster because that is essentially what this one is here. So I think we'd just be doubling up on that as well. As you can see, the only ones we've got at the moment are these three, which are steel coasters, but there's also the old sort of style classic wooden coasters. You've got suspended coasters, but actually two of those are suspended coasters. So that's your sort of Nemesis style of ride, and water things as well. So you've got water coasters, you've also got things like log flumes and rapids and stuff like that as well. But we just haven't researched any of those yet. Compact inverted coaster. Can we actually afford that yet? No, we can't. We could get a loan. We could get a loan for that, and that would actually... is it worth getting a loan? Will we make our money back on it? Let's... Why not, you know? Shits and giggles, and it's 200 videos. Let's take out a 10k loan, because, you know, why not? And we will go for a coaster. Gyrator. Yeah, we'll look at that later. Let's go for this. Build this. Give it a couple of seconds now while it loads in. Oh, massive. Okay. This is going to take up the park. Let's rotate it around. Hopefully we've got somewhere where it fits in. Yes, we do. Just about. Wow. Now, where's the station? You need to find where the ride starts and ends, so that I can actually connect up the queue and the path, and I can't see... Ah, there's the station. It's on that side there. So, that's that plonked down. Not too sure about the colours. We can change that later. So, as you can see, here is the entrance and the exit, and they are suspended. We will massively hike the price up of this. I mean, geez, how much money did that cost to build? We need to put in the entrances and exits so people can get on and off the ride. So if I click here at the bottom and then... No. Balls that up, didn't I? Let's get rid of that again. Trying to remember how to... Ah, there we go. Click at the top and then we can build stairs going down. And I want to make a turn, actually. There we go. And then we can make more stairs going down. More stairs going down. There we go. Ah, there we are. We've got a way off the ride. This is what happens when I try and freehand draw with a mouse, you see. It all goes wildly wrong. Let's bring this path across here. There we go. We have a connection for the exit. We also need now to make an entrance for it. So let us make a queue. Oh, this is going to be good. This is going to be good. Okay, so we're going to make a queue. And can we make the queue go down? Yes, we can. We can do that. We can build another one there. I need to make a flat piece, don't I? Which I've now kind of stuffed up. So that needs to be a flat piece. Then we make another bit there. Queue goes down. Got to keep playing with the camera here, so this will work. That needs to be a flat piece. Then make it go that way. Queue goes down. Queue goes down. There we go. We have that all wired up. And we can change the colour of the ride. Our colours for the track. Because the track's like this weird orange colour. Not that my colour choices usually for anything are any better. Red and blue, that works quite well together. We want to go and change the colour of the path. Because it's still a little bit boring. That'll do, that's fine. Give it some music. Don't know what we're going to call it actually. What should we give it? Let's call it Summer Air. Why not? And we will give it a test because that's what you need to do. And let's ride this coaster. Let's see what it's like. So here we go. Up the first chain lift. Quite quick for a chain lift actually. I don't think I've ever been on a coaster that's managed to get up the lift hill that quickly. Let's get the mouse out of the way there. So down into the first drop. Is quite a subtle one. Then it looks like we are going into a barrel roll to the right, and then we... Oh no, I thought that was an inverted loop. There is another barrel roll, double barrel roll on a right turn. A few gentle sweeping curves. I can't remember what these things are, but they're like a sort of a double helix, I think they are, or a single helix. I don't remember which ones those are. Some more gentle rides again. Now obviously because this is one of the pre-built coasters it's going to work, but if you make your own design you end up often with it actually not working because the rides do actually work on momentum, and if they don't have enough momentum to get them up the next climb it'll just roll back down and you have to go and re-edit it. So this is the reason you have a test mode. It is going around. Is that just coasting back to the station? I think it is. So, not too bad. Not the most exciting of rides, but again, that's another reason why you have the option to test, because if you actually look on test results, it will tell you the excitement rating, the intensity rating, and the nausea rating. So this is basically saying that people are going to be sick. So, let's get that open. I definitely think what we need to do over on this side is go to bench items, path items. We're going to put some benches in because one of the good ways to help people stop being sick is to give them benches to sit down on, so they come off the ride and they can sit down instead of throwing up their lunch. And what we're going to do then is put a loo on one side and a first aid station on the other side, and that should hopefully help people stop chucking up. So we've still got some money in the bank. So while we've still got some money left, let's just pay back a little bit of that loan. We did have another... Look at the rating, it's so close now, 941. We did have another item that was... where are we? Safest part, high fly, got its restraint stuck closed. Oh dear. Gyrator, that was it. No idea what that's going to be. And a new attraction, Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. Always thought... Come here. Always thought that was a snack. Right, where are we? Oh, it's not a roller coaster. That's Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. May have to put that in later. It's obviously it's a child's ride. Now that's the wow. Just like the size of it is actually quite large. It looks fun though, so we're going to put it in. Entrance can go here. I know that looks like madness, but there is a reason for that, because what I'm going to do is put down the exit here and then find the entrance. Where's he gone? And then we can just zigzag that around. We've got a bit more space there. Let's do the usual thing of jacking the price up. My days of being generous with these rides are done. Let's get it open first, then we can worry about the music. Let's call it salsa, just for no particular reason. Change the queue colours, let's make it something really horrible. That'll do. So what does this thing do? Is anybody going to go on it? People are standing there looking at it, looking in their pockets and realising their pockets are empty, which is usually a good time to go whop and put an ATM down next to it. Hopefully some people will go on that. Well, the ATM's closed. Let's get that open. Oh, that's a point. I didn't open these toilets and things over here. I keep forgetting these things don't default to open, which is really annoying. So let's do that. There's another one that we built. Where did we build those other ones? Was it these ones here? Yeah, they're closed as well. Look at that. Should give you warnings for these things. There we are. That's them done. This ride is open, but as yet, nobody seems to want to go on it. Looks like it's a variation on teacups, but it looks like these things actually turn you upside down as well. So, yeah, that's going to make you quite ill. Okay. Wow, he's couldn't wait to run off and stand in that pile of sick. Somebody's going on it. Somebody is actually going on it. We're into May. The weather's still good. Over 800 people in the park. Our rating is so close to 1,000 it is untrue. Litter and vomit, -12. That basically means we need to get at least a couple more handymen in the park. So let us hire some more janitors. That will mean we've got 5. They really could do with training up. So let's get them trained up. Let us find the rest of them. Get them all trained up to level 2. Obviously, training them makes them more efficient because they will be they will actually walk around the park better and find the areas that need cleaning. Well, I've been at this now for about an hour, so I think what I'm going to do is save this here, and I'll probably revisit this at a later time. So if you guys are interested in seeing any more of this, send me a message, leave me a comment, or give it a thumbs up. And it was designed as a bit of a one-off special, so thanks again you guys for visiting me on this my 200th video, and I'll see you next time. So until then, goodbye for now.